Welcome to Yoga for Constipation Relief. This routine is about 30 minutes long and it uses a very unique combination of breath work, props for pressure, and moves that go into extension, flexion, and twisting. If you don't have all the props that are listed in this list, don't worry, there are options. So I have a bolster, the big purple thing, but again, if you don't have a bolster, you can use a blanket or yoga blocks. And if you don't have a sandbag, usually sandbags are about 10 pounds, a yoga sandbag, but if you don't have one, you can use a 5-pound bag of rice or a 10-pound bag of rice, or you can use a combination of bags of grains or dried beans. Here I have popping corn and dried beans. So again, you just need something that is flexible and can provide about 5 to 10 pounds of pressure on your abdomen. You're going to begin with your feet propped up on a chair or a couch, something where you can just fully sink and rest into this pose. We're going to be here for a few minutes, and as I will show in just a moment, you can also put your hips up on a folded blanket. If it feels uncomfortable to be lying flat on your back, having a folded blanket under your hips can really ease this position and make it even more comfortable. The idea is to find a position where you really can sink into the pose and then apply your 5 to 10 pounds of pressure right above your pelvis. You won't believe how good this feels. Now, this is safe for pelvic organ prolapse because it's not applying pressure that pinches off around your middle. It doesn't squeeze off your waist. It just provides a gentle downward force that is so soothing and relaxing. Take some deep breaths and feel the weight of that sandbag or your bags of grain anchoring you down and relaxing you deeply. Now prepare to stimulate your digestion. Secure your sandbag or your bags of grain and just bring your right knee in toward your chest. You may need to have one hand on your bags to keep them in place, but the idea is to bring the knee toward the chest and you can hold on around your shin, or if that's not feeling right, then you can also hold on underneath your thigh. Pull that knee into the chest and feel that downward pressure of the leg pressing into the sandbags or the bags of grain, beginning to stimulate your digestion. The right side of your colon, the ascending colon, is feeling that pressure and that stimulation right now, starting to get things moving. Take one more nice deep breath and then release the foot back onto the chair or the couch, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So hold on to the bags of grain or the sandbag to secure it if you need to, and bring the left knee toward your chest, holding on top of your shin or underneath your thigh. Breathe deeply and feel that pressure now on the left side of your colon, the descending colon. Take one last breath and then release the left leg back to the chair or the couch. Next, bring both knees toward your chest, holding on underneath your thighs or around your shins if you have that flexibility. Feel the knees pulling inward toward your chest. Gentle pressure on your belly because of the knees pulling inward and also the sandbag or the bags of grain pressing downward. It's gentle. Relax and feel anchored into the ground, anchored into the earth, anchored into this moment. This pressure is very stimulating and is a great way to wake up the digestive system and prepare for the moves that we have ahead. Release your legs back onto the chair or the couch, remove your sandbag, and then carefully roll onto your side and press up to a seated position. Ultimately, if you have tight hips, you are going to sit on a yoga block or a folded blanket. You can also sit on the yoga mat itself if you do not have tight hips. You want to be in a tall, upright position, spine long, crown of your head reaching toward the ceiling. We're going to begin with some Kapalabhati breathing. This is not recommended if you are pregnant or if you have high blood pressure. The idea is to take short, sharp exhalations out your nose. I'm going to lift my shirt so you can see what's going on in the belly. Take a deep breath in and out, full deep breath in and out, all the way in and then all the way out. And then take a breath halfway in, just a small breath in, and then short, sharp exhalations out your nose. When you do these short, sharp exhalations out your nose, you're going to be lifting and pulling inward with your pelvic floor and your belly button. Release. Take some deep breaths, just a couple of deep breaths, and prepare for the next round where you're going to do about 20 reps approximately. Short, sharp exhalations out your nose. So breathe in and out, and then breathe in halfway and exhale. Short, sharp exhalations out your nose like you're sniffing out, lifting your pelvic floor and snapping your belly button inward toward your spine. Think in and up every time you pull that belly button toward your spine and exhale. And release. Deep breath in and out. Inhale halfway and last round. Short, sharp exhalations, about 20 times. Snapping that belly button back toward the spine and lifting the pelvic floor every time you exhale out through your nose. This is another great way to fire up your digestion and get things moving. And release. Our next move is simply a Sufi grind, a simple circle. So just take 1 or 2 circles to the right and then reverse directions. And hands on your shoulders, we're going to do some twists. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale and then exhale, pull your belly button to the spine. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to the right as you exhale. Exhale every time you twist to the right. You can exhale out your mouth, but keep your belly button pulled in toward the spine. 3, 2, 1. Finish up, roll the shoulders out. Lift up tall as you inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button to the spine and twist 10 times to the left, exhaling every time you twist. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back. Just stretch in a way that feels good. Move your shoulders, look up and down, and get ready to come onto your belly for some cobras. You're lying on your stomach. Hands are by your bust line. Straighten one leg behind you and then the other, and you're just lifting up into a tiny little baby cobra. Go ahead and press into your hands, fingers are spread, lifting and lowering, breathing steadily. The traditional yogic way to breathe in this is to inhale as you lift and then exhale as you lower. But if it feels better for you to breathe the other way, exhaling as you lift and inhaling as you lower, that is okay. Just keep breathing. Now widen your hands to the sides, right leg bends up, and then tip that right leg behind you so that ultimately the right foot is on the floor. Bend up your left leg and tip the left leg behind you so now your left foot is on the floor. This is just a nice twist. Go one more time in each direction, rolling across the front of your body, right leg behind you, and then bend up the left knee and bring that left foot behind you. We're going to do the series again next using a rolled up blanket. Now this is totally optional. If you have a thin blanket, like I'm showing, that you can fold into a small roll, you can also use a rolled up yoga mat for this too. But if you have a blanket, you can do what I'm about to show, which is placing the blanket right under the front of your pelvis, kind of your pubic bone area, just above your pubic bone. Do the 10 slow cobras, lifting a little higher and applying a little more pressure to the digestive area. The blanket is optional though. If this is not comfortable for you, if it feels like it's not right for your body, then you don't have to use the blanket. Just a couple more of the cobras, either on the blanket or off. Breathing steadily. Last time, pressing up, and then we'll move into the twist again. So arms wide, bend up your right leg, touch the right foot behind your body, and then roll across the rolled up blanket and left foot touches behind your body. One more time each direction. Right foot touching behind your body, opening up through that hip. And then now left foot touches behind your body, rolling over that blanket. Again, remember that the blanket is optional. You do not have to do it if it feels wrong for your needs. We're gonna move into a seated position for figure 4 stretch, a hamstring stretch. Now, ultimately, if you have tight hips, you will sit on a blanket, as I'm showing in the big image. But if you don't have a blanket, if you weren't using a blanket, that's okay. You don't need it. I am showing two options, one with a yoga strap if you are tight at all, and the other is simply inhaling, straightening your spine, and exhaling, folding forward, hinging from your hips. Left leg is the long leg. This is my leg that's feeling the hamstring stretch, my left leg. Right knee is bent up, foot toward the left inner thigh. One more time, inhaling and exhaling, but this time, go ahead and let your spine round if that does not hurt your back. If you have any back pain at all, then you do not want to let your spine round. You want to keep the hinge action and keep your spine straight. But if it's okay to let yourself relax and just hang and ease into this stretch, do so. In the inset picture, I'm showing how you can support your head with yoga blocks if that feels even more comfortable. The idea is to just ease into this pose and feel a deep relaxation, a deep hamstring stretch on the left side, and also a release of your back muscles. Couple more nice deep breaths in this beautiful hamstring stretch, also a stretch for your back. Now inhale, look forward, and then exhale, press yourself up into a seated position. Same exact thing on the other side. So figure 4 stretch. Now we're stretching our right hamstring. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, hinge forward from your hips. You can use a strap around your foot as shown in the inset picture, or you can simply hinge forward, seated on the edge of a folded blanket if you have tight hips, or just seated on your yoga mat. Like before, if your back is up for it, then you can just let your back round a little bit, let your head hang, If you'd like to support your head on yoga blocks as shown in the inset picture, that is fine too. Just make yourself comfortable, and this should feel very relaxed right now. Relaxed and easy. Feeling the stretch on the right hamstring and breathing deeply. Now inhale, look forward, exhale, press yourself up to a seated position. That was our first round of flexion, extension, and twisting exercises. We are going to do a couple of cat and cow moves. So inhale, cow pose, and then exhale, belly button to spine, around your back, cat pose. Just flow through a few more times, nice and easy. Spread your fingers wide, breathing steadily. One more time, back and forth, inhaling and exhaling. And then come onto your belly. We're going to do another round of extension, flexion, and twisting exercises. This first is a spinal extension with a quadricep stretch. So hold on to your right foot with your right hand. Knees should be close together. Don't let your right knee come out to the side. You want it right next to your left knee. If that's too much, you can use a yoga strap around your foot. Holding on, you may need to adjust. So you can keep the strap around your foot as shown here, keeping your knees close together, or you can release the strap if you don't need it and just hold on with your right hand to the right foot. Press the front of your pelvis down evenly into the yoga mat. You might find that your right hip point wants to lift off the mat. Press it down into the mat. Now, position your left hand so that it's supporting you under your head, and you are going to press and kick your foot back into your hand. This is going to lift your chest up off the ground. So again, you're kicking your foot back into your hand or the yoga strap. Lifting and breathing steadily. Pressing that foot into the hand. Feeling the pressure on your abdomen, your digestive system. Last time here. And carefully release the foot without slingshotting it back. Same exact thing other side. So left hand is holding onto the left foot, and just hold this nice stretch. Again, you can use a yoga strap if needed, or if you don't need the strap, you can just hold onto the foot. But either way, you want to keep your knees close together. The left knee will have a tendency to want to be out to the side. It'll want to go out to the left, but keep it close to the right knee. Now position your right hand so that it's supporting you under your head, and press and kick that left foot back into your left hand or back into the strap. Every time you kick the foot back, it's helping to lift your heart up off the ground. Feeling that pressure, gentle pressure on your abdomen every time you lift up and lower. Breathe steadily with this. Finish up now, last time. Release your foot carefully, shake everything out, and then bring both feet up. Now you can absolutely use a yoga strap or hold on to your feet as shown. Knees together, kick your feet back into your hands, and lift your chest off the floor. Your feet are kicking back, and that action is lifting your chest off the floor. Your knees may not lift much off the floor at all, and that's okay. You're really using the strength of the legs and the action of the feet kicking into the hands to lift your heart. Keep breathing steadily. Last time. And then very carefully release the legs. Do not slingshot them down. Press into a seated position onto your heels and then round yourself up carefully, and we'll move into our twist. Your legs are staggered. Right knee is bent and left leg is bent as well. So your legs are staggered. Lift up and twist toward your front leg. So for me, I'm twisting toward my right leg. My left hand is on my right knee, inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhaling, twisting further. Every time you inhale, you lengthen your spine. It's like you perk up a little bit taller, sit up a little taller, and every time you exhale, you twist a little deeper. As you're twisting, be sure that you're lifting your pelvic floor and gently pulling your belly button toward your spine to help protect your back. And keep breathing. Last twist here, last inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, you're going to look your head forward and then unwind yourself and switch leg position. So now your legs are staggered the other way. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist your right arm toward the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull your belly button to spine and lift your pelvic floor as you twist. Keep breathing slowly and steadily. Adjust yourself as needed. One more inhale and exhale. And then look your head forward, untwist your legs, and we're going to move into another nice deep hamstring stretch, another forward fold, flexion at the spine and hips. This time a pressure is applied by way of a folded blanket, or you could also place a yoga mat that's rolled up right into the crease of your hips. Now hug behind your thighs, hug your arms underneath your legs, and walk your sitting bones back. So bring those sitting bones back toward the back of the room and just hug behind your legs and fold forward. Feel that pressure of the folded blanket or the rolled up yoga mat right in your hip crease. If this feels not good for your pelvic floor conditions, if you have prolapse or any condition that makes this not feel good for you, then don't do it. However, the pressure is not a squeezing off pressure. It's simply a steady, firm pressure on the abdomen that may not actually increase your prolapse symptoms at all. So definitely have an open mind and try it and see if it works for you. As you're in this position, see if you can straighten your legs a little bit further. This is a back stretch and a hamstring stretch, shoulder stretch, and then of course there's also the gentle pressure being applied to your abdomen. Maybe as you go further and deeper into this stretch, you can remove the blanket because you want to go a little deeper into it. You can also unhug your hands, unclasp them from underneath you, and simply fold forward. You might want to walk those sitting bones toward the back of the room again. You might also want to place a yoga block under your forehead or even a yoga block with the blanket on top of it. You'll see how I keep adjusting my position by shifting my sitting bones back toward the back of the room and just playing with the props and the position until I feel really, really comfortable. Do what you need to do. We're going to spend a couple more breaths in this position. prepare to come out of the position, remove any props that you were using, walk yourself up to a seat, lift up nice and tall, lengthening your spine, and prepare to come into a position where you're seated on your knees. If you need to, you can sit on a yoga block between your feet. Take a deep breath in and out, and another round of the Kapalabhati breathing, short, sharp exhales. Breathing out. About 10 more. And finish up. One more round of hands on the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, belly button pulls in and twist to the right. 10 times as you exhale every time you twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the middle, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, twist to the left 10 times. Pulling your belly button in, lifting your pelvic floor, and exhaling every time you twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the middle and release the hands down. Look up, look down, be free and easy. And we're gonna do one more move, hands in fists. The hands need to be underneath your rib cage, not on your ribs, not right on top of your bladder, not too high, but also not so low that they're down on your pubic bone. You want them in the belly area on either side of your belly button. Press your fists in toward your belly and then fold forward. Now you may want to have a yoga block or a folded blanket under your head. But the idea here is to just gently move back and forth, side to side, with the hands in the flesh of your belly. You can gently move your hands. I'm showing here how you can have a pillow or a folded blanket under your head. But the hands are just massaging, your fists are massaging on either side of your belly button. Find that sweet spot where it's not too high and it's not too low, but you are really feeling your main organs of digestion and elimination. You are feeling your colon being stimulated, massaged, and you're starting to probably feel some things moving. This is good. If you feel some gas coming up, that's okay. Take some deep breaths while you're in this position. And then come up carefully back onto your knees. And we're gonna end with one final pose. So after all of this flexion, extension, twisting, breathing, pressure, it's time to open up and just completely release and relax. I'm showing you several options. The first is with a bolster. This is what we're going for. It's called Supta Baddha Konasana. It's a reclined bound angle, where the soles of your feet are together, knees are apart. Now your knees can be supported on blankets or pillows or blocks if it's too opening to have them just flopped to the side in midair. Here is another option. If you don't have a bolster, you can line up your yoga blocks so that they are under your mid-spine and also under your head. The idea is I want you to feel the yoga block that's under your spine to be kind of under where your bra strap would be, not too low. And then the one under your head is supporting your head fully. Final option is you can use a blanket, nice long roll of the blanket, and then just tuck up the top of it so it creates a little pillow. Now this is not very thick. This isn't going to give you much support or much of a chest opening, but it's still comfortable. So pick your prop, the bolster, the yoga blocks, or the blanket, and just relax. Again, remember that you can have pillows or yoga blocks or props of some sort under your knees if this is too much to have them just hanging out in space. Find yourself very, very supported, and I want you to truly take a minute to breathe deeply and just relax. Feel that opening in your abdominal area. Think of clearing out the digestive tract. We've done a lot to stimulate the area, the breathing, the pressure, the twists, the flexion, the extension. Now it's time to open up and let go. Take long, slow, deep breaths. Finish up your deep breathing. Prepare to come back to the moment, back to reality. Take another deep breath or two. And then carefully bring your knees together, roll to your side, come off your blocks or your bolster, and take another Sufi grind, another chest circle, heart circle, to the right and to the left. You can go all the way around, just do half circles, whatever feels good to wrap this practice up. Hands at your heart, and I bow to you, I salute you. Thank you for doing this for your health. I hope you've enjoyed this, and remember that I have a system for constipation relief that may be helpful for you as well as this yoga practice. I definitely recommend trying to find something to manage your bowel habits. If you have problems with regularity, you want to really do what you need to do to make your system eliminate smoothly and easily. It's ultimately good for you in so many ways, from keeping your body free of accumulation of toxins, and also it's important for your pelvic health. Constipation can create a lot of straining and stress on the pelvic floor and can make prolapse and diastasis recti and other conditions that are very, very common worse if it's not managed. So take this seriously, and I really thank you for watching. Until next time, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter.